We have a lot of speakers here, as you know. Many of them come from abroad. And we have a lot of partners. Many of them come from abroad, HP, Ernst & Young, you know, all this is. But now I want to introduce you to a speaker who is important for Germany. Mercedes is this auto brand in Germany. It's the auto. It stands for quality. It stands for Germany. And it stands for innovation. And the guy who leads this innovation, he's not a German, he's an American. So he combines both worlds. He has studied a master in nuclear engineering and a PhD in mechanical engineering. Since 2007, Jerome is responsible for the Business Innovation Division at Daimler AG. Please give him a round of applause. But this is bullshit. Come, give him a warm applause, but I don't have to read it. So, Jerome, since how long are you working in Germany?
I work in Germany for 2 years now.
For 2 years?
Yes, yeah, in Stuttgart.
What's your experience?
Very good so far.
Very good.
And we'll give you a little bit demonstration of the type of things we're working on.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation. I've brought a fairly traditional presentation, but you will see that the content might be a little bit different. So maybe we can switch to the presentation. Okay, perfect. So what I want to do is tell you a little bit what Daimler is working on, and go deeper in detail on one of our projects, which we call Car2Go, which is an innovative on-demand mobility system. This system is launched in Ulm, Germany, which is about an hour and a half west of here, and in Austin, Texas. And before the end of the year, it will be in place in some of the most iconic cities around the world. So now that I've sparked your interest, I'll go more in details. So first, I want to stress that there is a lot of innovation at Daimler. With a company which has 260,000 employees around the world, we do a lot of things. And what you all know us for is products. So I put on the left our most recent vehicle that we launched 2 weeks ago in Detroit, the E-Class Coupe. You can see from the little icons I put there that this is a lot of money to develop, billions. And that it takes a long time to develop. Anybody has a guess how long it takes to develop a car? A new platform? 5 to 7 years. So it takes a long time. And we have only one shot on goal. We can't change it. Once it's out, you have to live with it. The poor people at Pontiac, because of the Aztec, they realized this. It pretty much killed the brand. On the other hand, we're doing business innovation, and that's what I'm in charge for. And here you see one example. It's Car2Go. I'll explain more in detail. It doesn't cost much. It still is in the millions, but not in billions. It doesn't take long. From the start of the ID, to the pilot in Ulm, it was 8 months. It took 8 months to develop all the systems and software. And we have many shots on goal, as you see from the tennis ball machines. So I already misplaced the little thing. Oh, here, good. So just to give you a flavor of the type of things we're working on, we have a portfolio. I think a lot of similar departments or large companies around the world have the same approach, portfolio. We're looking at mobility solutions, where the idea is how to increase asset utilization. Do you know how long a car in Germany is used per day in average? It's 1 hour. So I let it, just a question for you, don't answer. What kind of assets do you own, which is about the same price as a car? Do you use as little as a car? This is a food for thought. So this is when we're looking at mobility solutions, is how to increase asset utilization. We're looking at additional services as well. We have created in the UK, in London, a driving academy to teach kids how to drive in all conditions. And I would ask another question, how many of you have paid for violin lessons for your kids? Nobody? Violin. Violin, yeah. let's agree that in 90% of the case, it's a complete waste of money, and it's painful for all those involved. So people spend a lot of money on this, but then they're looking at spending the least amount of money possible for teaching how to drive for kids. And yet it's the #1 source of death for teenagers and young adults. So we're trying to remedy this. We are also working on insourcing high-value components, and you will be able soon to order right from every dealership in Germany cars with all sorts of equipment for disabled people, and that's the right thing to do. We're leveraging our assets in other industries, and we're also developing some green technology. You can see on the pictures on the left, a Smart with a solar roof. That solar roof, which will be released later this year, is extremely unique. There is nothing else like this in the world, and I won't say any more, so that way, when it comes out in the second part of the year, you will look out for it. But remember my words, there is nothing like this in the world. So that's the type of portfolio we're working on. But one thing that, when I first was given this job by Dieter Zetsche, he said, oh, we need to create new businesses, new growth, look at the futures. And I said, okay, good. But I told him, don't expect me to come up with the ideas. Because if I was the creator of all these ideas that can blossom into billion-dollar business, I wouldn't be working at Daimler. At that time, I said I would be working at Goldman Sachs. I would probably change that assertion now. But nevertheless, we can't be thinking that we're the smartest. So we have to leverage. And what I've created is with a little startup from Munich, from Theresienstraße, just not far from here, we created this community platform where everybody can post comments and post IDs and rate. Again, we didn't invent anything that really is a mix of Xing or LinkedIn, for those of you that are more based in America, and Facebook features, and it has some YouTube features. You have to have a video or pictures in there. And it's working quite well. You see we have 14,000 employees who participate. We have 1,300 ideas, business ideas that have been entered, of which we're piloting 35. So this is working quite well, but we decided that even the best innovation is not within Daimler. So we started reaching out to the outside world as well. So we have a design contest, which is going on now, styleyoursmart.com. So those of you that are parallel processing on the iPhones or on Facebook, you should check it out right now. It is a configurator where you can design your own smart and put any design you want on the outside. Pictures of your kids, of your dogs, or whatever else. We started on January 6th, and this I did last week. The figures are absolutely not correct anymore. I think we have 4,000 members, 16,000 designs, and more than 60,000 ratings. So this is a big response for outside, and maybe the design of the future will come out of it. There are definitely some very, very interesting ones that you should check out, including a few that I cannot post in front of a large audience for fear of embarrassing the company. So now going back to Car2Go, this is the project that I talked about. What we're seeing, and as a car manufacturer, this is quite worrisome, is that you have more and more people living in cities. The cities are more and more congested and are therefore taking action to restrict individual transportation within themselves. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, that's the worst situation we can be in as a car manufacturer, that we have more and more customers in places where it's less and less possible to own the product. So we are thinking, what can we do in order to address the mobility needs of those people in those cities who decide, for whatever reasons, financial or emotional or philosophical, not to own a car anymore. And that's Car2Go. So I will describe what it is and give you a little bit of some of the results. So first of all, this is a picture of Ulm that you see. It's a collection of villages. Ulm is this little city, as I said, an hour and a half west. We have a network of cars available. And this is very important. This is not 1 or 10 or just a few cars. There is enough cars that there is always one within a few minutes walking distance. So we create a network. So this is the first characteristic. The second one, you can find them very easily. You can look on the internet, and you can do it yourself. Again, if you're on your laptop, car2go.com, you will see the map, and with all the cars available. You can do it on your iPhones, and the application is Car2Go or Go2Car. There are two applications that have been written. You can call the 1-800 hotline, or you can just walk around because there are enough cars. So the cars can be located very easily. And then it's very easy to use, and it's very convenient. So I apologize that this is small, but let me highlight two things. These cars can be used with or without reservation. There is no other system in the world which allows this. Either it's spontaneous, like Vélib in Paris, no reservation, but no guarantee as well, or it's reservation only, Zipcar in the US. But being able to operate with and without a reservation, that's the only system in the world. And then secondly, once you get into a car, it's open-end, and one way is possible, which means you get into the car, you can use it for 10 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, however long you want. And you can drop off the car wherever you want, not necessarily where you picked it up. Wow. So put that together. Allowing, but let me explain this, because then you will realize what was accomplished here. A system which allows reservation when you don't know where the cars will be at any specific point in time, when you need the reservation. So think about it. We won every sort of awards because of this program, and our CIO got the award of CIO of the Year last year because of this program. It's an extremely challenging math problem, and so Daimler can do math. Then the parking is very easy. You can park the cars anywhere. They're not attached to any station. You drop them off anywhere you want, where it's legal. Not in front of a fire hydrant or emergency exit, but anywhere you want. So look, this is in Austin. I love this. 2 cars where there was only 1 spot. Of course, Texas-sized parking spots, you know. But we also have reserved spots. They are in front of our offices in Austin, Texas. And then finally, the usage is very easy. You have a membership card. Oh, I don't have it with me. It's just like a credit card. Swipe it in front of the windshield. It unlocks. You enter. We take all the radio out. There is a touch screen, which is actually a computer. Enter your PIN code, make some assessment of the condition of the vehicle, and drive. And the price is unbeatable. There is no sign-up fee. You pay only for what you use. Insurance is included, including for those of you based in America, if you're 18-year-old or older. 18-year-old and older. Parking is included, and everything is included, basically. It's cheaper than owning a car. So this is what we have installed. I think I have only one more chart, which is to tell you the results in Ulm. It's been open to the public since end of March last year. Ulm is 160,000 inhabitants. We have 16,000 registered users, which means 10% of the population and 15% of the people who have a driver license. This is many, many, many times more than the highest car-sharing penetration rate that is existing anywhere in the world. 60% of the users are less than 35-year-old. What is the average age of a Daimler customer in Germany? It's more than 50. Let's just leave it at this. We have 200 cars distributed all over the city, and the cars are used this is really a conservative, it's more 5 times per day each. The customer satisfaction is very high. I just read this morning our latest. We do a monthly in-depth survey. 97% of the users will recommend it to somebody is just falling over from those data. 97%, I hope nobody's hurt actually, 97% think that they would recommend to friends or family. And with this, I conclude it, and maybe there is time for a couple questions before I get shut.
I think it's so exciting.
Matthias from Weave magazine in Hamburg, and I have first up, it's a brilliant concept, obviously. And I have two questions. First is, I mean, in the first slide that you showed was the money bag, sort of, on the left-hand side, depicting the current business model that Mercedes is selling cars, right? And on the right-hand of the page was the car-to-go model, which had only a small bag of money with it. Do you think that this kind of relation will shift in the future in terms of the business model, that you will see more of that coming out of the automotive industry, and that actually more revenue will be generated through services like this?
Look, I can't predict in the future. My horizon is not that. No, look, developing a vehicle with the safety which is required and our vision at Daimler of accident-free driving, this is never going to cost little money. A new platform costs a lot of money. We're trying to develop very smart modular approach, but the bags to develop a new car will always be huge, no question about it. And then developing services like this one cost a lot less money. Just you don't need all these robots and all these dies, you know.
Do you generate like a good revenue out of this service already? Does it have a business perspective for Daimler?
This is no marketing. You know, I work for money. I don't work for charity.
Then, just a quick last question: how scalable is this thing? I mean, could you do it for New York? Could you do it for a certain area in New York, or is it just for small cities?
I'll come back next year and you will see the cities.
Israeli Trade Center. Can you share with us 2 words regarding how you see e-mobility?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
E-mobility.
E-mobility. So e-mobility, that's one of those buzzwords, you know, which I think is on reaching the peak of the high curve, you know. I think you're referring to mobility using electric vehicles. Interesting facts that I'm willing to share with all of you. How many of the 16,000 customers in Ulm have sent us an email or have called us asking for electric car? No one is the right answer. So yeah, I think this is something that some people in your country are very interested in for different reasons, politically and some financials as well. And definitely in the long term, there is a strong interest, but we're looking at business building here in a somewhat medium-term perspective. And we're planning, honestly, in urban transportation that long-term there will be electric vehicles. But one thing needs to be for sure is that it needs to be financially feasible and interesting for the customer. And it can't be costing more than something else.